The newsroom with Congressman Dutch Ruppersberger, who has been closely following the situation. Mary, you have some new information from CBS News as well?
Correct, and the congressman can remark on this for just a second. The information that is coming into us is that investigators believe the person or persons who sent the packages, and there was a letter inside, at least one of the packages, may have been angry over electronic road signs over expressways in Maryland, which read, "Report suspicious activities and give a number." He was annoyed and angry for some apparent reason that the state of Maryland put up those signs. Perhaps that's why one of the packages went to the Department of Transportation. Congressman Ruppersberger, I know that you're on the Intelligence Committee and you're briefed all the time. Is there anything else you can add to that?
Mary, I really can't. I have facts and information concerning that issue, but I can't discuss that because that is classified. It's information that we're using in the investigation. But let me say this. This is what we consider, I think, in my opinion, a lone wolf situation.
Okay.
You have situations where you have Al-Qaeda and you have conspiracies, but in this situation, it seems to me that this is an individual who is deranged or whatever his problem is or her problem is, and that they wanted to make a statement, and this is how they did it. So now we're in the investigative phase. We've stabilized where we need to look at other possible situations. And this was not a bomb, too.
Right.
This was clearly an incendiary device,
right.
And it was smoke, and people were not injured here, and that's important to know that.
You said to me earlier in the day that one of the packages did have a return address to a Washington, D.C. parking garage. Any more information on that?
One of the packages had a return address to a Washington, D.C. parking lot, and, that is being investigated like everything else is. And the most important thing is that now the federal, state, and local government are working together. Colonel Terry Sheridan, who's superintendent of the Maryland State Police, excellent individual who knows what he's doing. The state police is running the lead. They're working with Anne Arundel County, and we on a federal level are working with the FBI, Homeland Security, and we're getting intelligence from an international basis to make sure this is no tie-in to any type of terrorism situation.
The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force goes right to work on this. What do they do tomorrow?
Well, Joint Terrorism Task Force, JTTF they call it, is coordinated by the FBI, but it's federal, state, and local, all the federal agencies that you need, state and local, coming together in a strike force. And they not only do they collect information, they analyze it. And analyzing information is important. Whenever you're dealing with terrorism or national security, intelligence is one of your best defenses. So now they're going to try to get the intelligence, they have the evidence, and they're just going to get some of the best investigators that we have in the country and the state and our local level, and we're going to investigate and try to find who did this.
And I know mail rooms, state mail rooms have been on lockdown, and they're searching any more information from the feds in terms of any other suspicious packages possible?
What always happens in this situation, it makes national news and everybody's on top of it. What you really need to get out of this in the end is to make sure that you have systems in place to protect people from this type of situation, mailing a bomb or whatever. And the post office does a pretty good job, as do the other private sectors, I know UPS and those type of groups. But it's getting the right system in place. We're in a world where we have to be concerned about national security and terrorism. It's unfortunate. So that's why we need to get the right systems in place. I think everyone did a good job today. They stabilized the situation. They made sure everything was safe. And now it's the investigative stage to find who did this.
And quickly, this does look, though, like it's a Maryland-specific threat.
In my opinion, in my role on intelligence, I believe this is what we call a lone wolf. An individual that had some type of problem with the state government. It could have been because of an election, whatever it is. And they followed through on this plot. They were smart. They understood maybe to go to Washington, D.C. and mail whatever they did. But whatever it is, now we have to go out and make sure it's not a conspiracy, it's not an Al-Qaeda issue, and we need to bring this person to justice, and we will in the end.
Congressman, thank you so much for coming to our newsroom. We're going to